$600 million. That is the staggering amount of money two men generated in a single night 11 years ago. It was not a corporate merger or a government contract. It was just two men, two pairs of gloves, and 45 minutes inside a ring. And tomorrow, they are doing it again. Floyd Mayweather is 49 years old. Manny Pacquiao is 47. On September 19, 2026, they will step into the Sphere in Las Vegas, streaming live to over 300 million Netflix subscribers. This is not just a boxing match. It is a disruption of the entire sports industry. While the media is obsessed with the who wins narrative, as a physical therapist and performance analyst, I am looking at a much more terrifying reality. I am looking at what the human body is actually capable of at nearly 50 years old, and more importantly, what it is not. The science tells a story that the promoters are hiding, and by the end of this video, you will never watch a combat sport the same way again. To understand the stakes, we have to look back at May 2nd, 2015, the so-called fight of the century. Mayweather won by decision, but weeks later, a bombshell dropped. Pacquiao had fought with a torn rotator cuff in his right shoulder. Think of the rotator cuff as the main support cable for a construction crane. If that cable is frayed, the crane can't lift its heaviest loads. Pacquiao could not jab, he could not fully extend, and his famous lightning-fast combinations were effectively cut in half. For 11 years, he has claimed the world never saw the real fight. Now he wants to prove it. But he is not just fighting Mayweather anymore. He is fighting the 5 biological clocks that govern human decline. The first clock is reaction time. When a punch flies at your face at 30 miles per hour, you have about 200 milliseconds to react. This speed is controlled by your neural conduction velocity, essentially the Wi-Fi speed of your nervous system. By age 50, that Wi-Fi has switched from high-speed fiber optics to a lagging dial-up connection, slowing down by nearly 20%. On a punching bag, it is just a statistic. In the ring, it is the difference between a clean slip and a broken nose. The second clock is explosive power. Boxing is about fast-twitch muscle fibers, which act like high-performance sports cars in your body. Unfortunately, as we age, we suffer from selective sarcopenia, where the body literally begins to repossess those sports cars first. Pacquiao's legendary left hand simply cannot arrive with the same kinetic energy it had a decade ago. It is not a lack of will, it is a loss of hardware. There is a new variable for 2026 that no one is talking about: the Sphere itself. This venue is a sensory overload of 16K resolution LED screens and immersive audio. For a 25-year-old, this is a spectacle. For a 50-year-old brain, it is visual noise. As we age, our ability to filter out background distractions while focusing on a high-speed object, like a fist, decreases. This is known as signal-to-noise ratio in the brain. Fighting in a high-tech dome is biologically harder for an older athlete than fighting in a traditional arena, because the brain has to work twice as hard to process the environment while simultaneously tracking an opponent. This is the hidden tax of the Las Vegas Sphere that could cause a fighter to freeze for a microsecond. And in boxing, a microsecond is an eternity. The third and fourth clocks are even more brutal. Recovery and visual processing. Between rounds, a boxer's body tries to flush lactic acid, the chemical exhaust of a workout, and reload phosphocreatine, which is like the turbo boost button in a racing game. At 49, that reload time is significantly doubled because growth hormone levels have cratered. Then there is the dynamic visual acuity, your eye's ability to track moving objects. This is further compromised by subconcussive trauma. Think of your brain like a premium smartphone. Every punch is a drop on a hard floor. The screen might not crack every time, but over 20 years, the internal circuits take enough hits that the apps start to lag. Pacquiao has taken significantly more drops than Mayweather, moving through his 62 professional fights by absorbing damage to give it. However, there is a sixth clock that actually runs backward: motor expertise. While the muscles slow down, the cerebellum, The brain's movement autopilot becomes a master of pattern recognition. When Mayweather rolls his shoulder to dodge a jab, he is not thinking. He has run that software so many times it fires faster than conscious thought. This is why elite older athletes can still compete. They are not faster, they are just already there. This is the same reason why a grandmaster in chess can play 30 people at once. They aren't calculating every move. They are recognizing shapes they have seen for 40 years. Mayweather is historically one of the least hit champions in history, meaning his internal smartphone is in much better condition than Pacquiao's. He has traded the raw speed of youth for a defensive sixth sense that bypasses the aging nervous system entirely. We are entering the